Hey YouTube, this video is about two of my favorite decks and I consider them sisters because I've ordered them at the same time on the website of Baba Studio, and when you're finished with this video, maybe you should check them out because they have some very beautiful decks, really beautiful. The first deck that I'm going to show you is the Alicé, and the second is the Bohemian Gothic. Yeah, there you go. And the first tarot is more like a daytime tarot, and the other one is more of a nighttime tarot. But if you think about it, the Alicé has some very dark themes in it. But yeah. So it comes in a very sturdy box, and I like that because I prefer to store my decks, my cards in the box that I came in, and I'm glad that it's so beautiful and sturdy. It's so in the back, yeah, and it comes with a little white book. But if you need more information, you can also buy this book, written by Karen Mahoney, and I'm so glad that she did because she went all out. She has information about the stories of Alice, of course, and there's also a little bit of information about Aleister Crowley, how he liked the stories of Alice, and he made his followers read them too, because, well, the Alice stories can teach us so much about so many different things, different situations in everyday life, but also magical situations. So yeah, it's a great book, even if you are only interested in the stories. It's a great book. But if you're interested in the tarot and you've read all the books with all the information, the standard information, and you want a little bit more, you want a different perspective, then you should definitely get this book. And you know, the King of Swords, it has so much extra. And I love that about books. I mean, I have that sound that you hear, that was the chair. I have the Phantasmagoria that goes with the Vampire Tarot, and it has also so much extra information. Yeah, but we're not talking about the Vampire Tarot. We're talking about the Alicé, and I wanted to show you a few cards. And the first card is the Fool. Now, the Fool is the beginning of the story, and the picture of the Fool also shows you the beginning of the Alice story. Oh, this is the backing. It's very beautiful, and it's reversible. So nice. And then we have the Magician. Now, the Magician is the one who takes control, who knows what he has and how to use it, and so he sets things into motion. Well, the Alicé has one very important person who sets everything into motion, and it's the White Rabbit. So it's an excellent choice for the Magician. Then we have the Empress with the baby that turns into a pig, and the King of Wands. And look at the gold, so beautiful, with the Mad Hatter. and a little poem. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Yeah. And also I wanted to show you the lovers. Now there are two cards that are the lovers, and the original one is this one. And it's two men. Now there are people who prefer the more original card, so a man and a woman. Now the creators of the Alicé Tarot were thinking, and well, what kind of lover card can we use? Because the original card has two men, but what if there are people who prefer two women? So they did something very smart. They chose these two flamingos, and it can be a man and a woman, and two women or two men, and it's perfect. You can use this deck any way you want to, and I'm so glad that they chose these two cards, because that way anyone can have this deck and enjoy it and love it like I do. Oh, I also had a few more cards. Those were the important cards that I wanted to talk to you about, but I also had a few that I wanted to show you. Oh, this one, the Chariot. It gives me a little bit of Harry Potter vibe because it's in a train. This is Three of Swords, and it's about Alice crying because she finally has the key, but she doesn't fit through the door, so she starts to cry, and then eventually, if you've seen the Disney movie, she starts crying and crying, and it becomes this huge sea of tears. Alice talking to the flamingo because she wants to do that game, the what's it called, that you push the ball through the little hoops and then oh, the talking flowers. Yeah, I love this tag because it has so many memories to the Disney cartoon version movie, and I love it. I love this deck. It's amazing. But I also wanted to show you the Bohemian Gothic. So anyway, this was the Alicé Tarot, and then we have the Bohemian Gothic. I forgot where I put the cards, but it's... Yeah. The Nine of Cups has the same candle holder like I do. See? There it is. There. Yeah. There. Okay. Oh, the King of Swords looked very... Yeah, beautiful. The Magician has the same candle holder. Is that the moon? Yes, it's the moon. Four of Cups, a creepy coffin. Oh, this is the Fool. The Queen of Pentacles is very beautiful. It has so much detail. I already showed you this card, but I'm gonna show you again because it's one of my favorites. You have the castle in the background, and then you have all the women at the front. And if you want to step into my fantasy, this castle is a special school for witches, and these women are witches and they are learning their craft in the school, and this is the special night out where they come together and do their circle under the full moon. Okay. The Two of Cups is a romantic meeting between two lovers under the full moon. Oh, death. Of course. It's such an amazing death card because it has a walking skeleton in the halls of the castle with death people right underneath. So beautiful. It's such a creepy and dark and very interesting deck. Oh, strength. Remember this? Because maybe you can see it's the same. And we have a special appearance of Fasti, my most beautiful, amazing kitty that I love. Now, this deck also comes with a little white book, and it doesn't come, at least I don't think so. I don't think it comes with a big book, but I'll have to look that up. But this little book has a lot of information, so you don't have to, you know, go completely without help. There are spreads, and there are the secret fear spread. What is my secret fear? How does it affect me psychologically? How does it affect me practically? What should I do mentally to counter this? It helps you with a lot. The vampire spread. Darker shadow or more hidden meanings. And it has a lot of information in this book. So, yeah, it is a deck that you can use for shadow work, or if you're in the mood for a more Halloween-y type of vibe. And but it just helps you with normal things, but also deeper kind of things, like not just the everyday today struggle, but also deeper emotions and deep feelings that you might have a problem, well, not exactly a problem with, but you just want to know a little bit more about. And this is the deck that can help you with finding the answers that you need. Seven of Pentacles. The Sun has a very creepy child, but it's still beautiful. I don't like the Tower, but yeah, maybe you do. And this is the Seven of Swords, a little girl with a book of shadows in her hand in the dark. And that was the last card, and I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a blessed day and a blessed night. So sleep tight and see you next time.